been having conversations with a lot of agents that are close to me, and I just wanted to hopefully just encourage you guys to keep going. I know that real estate is not super easy right now. It's a tough market for my prospectors out there. I know there's a lot of frustration because you are showing up. I mean, it's one thing for people who aren't showing up doing the work, complaining that the market's not great. I don't really want to hear that. But the people who I know are actually putting the work in, making the calls day in and day out, and you're not having success and you're starting to get a little discouraged. I just want to paint this visual because I know this to be true. Things happen gradually and then they happen suddenly. And you got to understand that our job, your job, is to make calls and do follow-up, continuous follow-up, right? And what I wanted to encourage you guys with is just knowing that your opportunity is coming. You're right there. I wish I could pull up the picture right now. It's on my phone. But there's a picture of the guy with the pickaxe in the cave trying to break through and get the treasure. And he's going and he's going. He gives up. He's like, I'm done. There's no treasure here. As he's walking out, another guy's walking in with the pickaxe. He hits it one time and he's able to get all the treasure. Don't let somebody else come in at the 11th hour and take the business that you've been nurturing and following up on for days, weeks, months, whatever it is. Here's the one key to success that I learned in real estate, especially if you're a listing focused agent like I was. It's all about the follow-up. Once you know that someone is serious and motivated about selling their home, you have to continue to follow up systematically every single week until you get the business or until they actually list the home with you. You can't call one week and then take a week off because you didn't like the response you got the previous week. It's every week, no matter what. Hey, it's David. I'm calling again about your house on 123 Main Street. Did you sell it yet? Oh, no, you didn't. Are you ready for me to come out and talk to you about what I can do to help you get it sold? No, you're not? Great. I'll talk to you next week. Like, I'm serious when I tell you it comes down to that type of consistency, not being tied to the outcome, just knowing your job is to continue to follow up and show value, show them, hey, here's what's happening in your neighborhood. Here's what's sold. Here's your current competition. Here's some things you might want to think about. Stay in touch with them. And I promise you, if you do that systematically and you're coming from contribution and you have actual value to discuss, it will pay off. It is difficult, Michelle, and I'm sorry about the Wednesdays. Sorry about that. But it is difficult. And let me just say this to you. It's difficult, but the payoff when you do it is huge. Average commission where I am in New Jersey is about $12,000 to $15,000. And so when you track your numbers, and this is why we always, as coaches, tell you to track your numbers, you start recognizing how much each phone call is worth. You know, if I have to call a for sale by owner 20 times, right? However, I get that commission and I make $20,000, then each phone call I made to them was worth, I don't know, I'm not doing my math right this morning, but $100 a call, whatever it is, right? That's what it was worth. So you got to understand that even though you don't have the deal yet, every time you pick up that phone, you're earning your commission. So the follow-up is key. You just got to keep going. You cannot stop. You cannot take your foot off the gas. And the times that I have taken my foot off the gas, and I'm going to say this and wrap up because I have the morning mindset call starting at 8:40. But there were times when I would like call a FSBO, and let's say the conversation wasn't great. The person was really short with me and they hung up. And I would look at my list on who I needed to call today, and I would see that person's name pop up. And I'm like, I ain't calling them this week. They were shitty last week. I'll skip a week. Do you know that week that I skipped was the week that they actually ended up listing with someone? And shame on me, because the rule I was told by an early mentor of mine is that it's my job to do the follow-up. It's not their job to call me. It's my job to stay top of mind. So when they're ready, I'm right there with my hand raised saying I'm ready. That's your job, is to continue to follow up no matter what. Stop being so tied to the outcome. You cannot stop until they list with you, until they sell it on their own, or until they hire someone else. Until then, game on. Which means you have to have a follow-up system in place that allows you to call them systematically every single week and never forget. I know there are tons of CRMs. If you're with Keller Williams, you got Command, there's Follow Up Boss, there's Top Producer. There are all these different types of CRMs. The one that works best is the one that you will use. And I'm just going to tell you what mine was really quickly. You guys have heard this before. I promise you, it's super simple. You get the accordion folder. They're brown. You can buy them at Staples, Office Depot, Amazon. And they have folders in here in this accordion folder labeled 1 through 31. What I would do is if I talk to a lead, today is May 7th. It's my daughter's 16th birthday. Happy birthday, Morgan. If I talk to someone May 7th and they said, hey, David, follow up with us in a week, I'm going to write the notes down on my lead sheet, and I'm going to open that accordion folder to the 14th and put that in. That accordion folder stayed on my desk. It didn't go anywhere. It stayed on my desk. So every morning I would come in. On the 14th, I'm going to come in. I'm going to reach in and grab every lead sheet for the 14th. I have to call them that day no matter what. Give them a call, and based on that conversation, if I call them on the 14th and they say, hey, it depends on what happens, this weekend, I'm going to call them on the 18th, which is Saturday, to see how their open house is going. I might even stop by the open house because I know they're giving it like another week or so, which means I need to be following up even more closely. I need to be calling more than once a week. If they're telling me, let's give it another week, I'm going to call you in the middle of the week and I'm going to pop by your house. I'm going to stop by your open house and make sure that I'm in your face so that when you're ready and it clicks and you're like, you know what? We got to look at a different way to get this property sold. I'm going to be the one there like me. Give me a shot. Like, I'm here. Give me a shot. And that's how you guys need to be. So I just wanted to say this, and I got 2 minutes to get out of here. Don't be discouraged. Continue to plug in, continue to make your calls, continue to do your follow-up. It may not happen as quickly as you want it to. No, things happen gradually, and then they happen suddenly. I was talking to a good friend of mine. I'm not going to put her out here, but she was really in her feelings about real estate not going her way. And later that day, she sent me a text saying, I just got a call from somebody I've been nurturing, and they said, we're ready to list our house. When can you come out? So just know, also activity breeds activity. You might be working hard, calling and doing follow-up on FSBOs, and then you get calls from somebody in your downline, in your database. It's going to come. You put the work, the business is going to come. I don't know where it's going to come from. Just know it will come, and stay the course. Put your blinders on and continue to make those calls and do what you need to do.